Let me catch my breath. Hi besties, welcome back to another episode of the Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl Podcast. If you are new here, this podcast is a collection of video and audio existential crisis thoughts from a chemically imbalanced Black girl who just so happens to be me. My name is Zaria. Welcome, and thank you for listening. Now that we've got the introduction out the way, I missed you guys. Oh my gosh. Also, the last episode I put out, I need to apologize for it because the way I was literally dying, I literally had Mango listen to the whole episode and I was like, I don't remember if I put like an outro. I don't remember if I clipped it good enough. I don't remember anything about that episode because I was in the hardest period of my entire life. Like the cramps were cramping to a whole nother level and I had the meanest respiratory infection I've ever had in my entire life. So that episode was basically a zombie episode. I didn't even listen back to it. That's how much I don't know what happened in the episode. That's one of those raw, uncut episodes that you guys are like, we want to see what you get when you want to see what happens when I'm half dead and try to make an episode. It's not working. It's not gonna work. I am happy to say though, you guys, I am fully healed. My uterus is back on friend mode. She's back to being my bestie again. My respiratory system has befriended me again. We are no longer in shambles. I can breathe clearly. My chest isn't all clogged up and my head doesn't hurt anymore. So you guys are going to get a nice little episode today. Before I dive into the episode, you guys, I want to let you know the Patreon has been open for about a month now. Me and Mango just competed in a little anime competition. And spoiler alert, she absolutely beat the shit out of me. The loser, who was I, got eggs thrown at them and somehow I bought the most titanium egg possible. This egg would not fucking crack. Had a big ass bruise on my back from Mango throwing it at me. So we gets down over there. We don't play. The next video I am gonna do I found this world's hottest gummy bear and I'm like, it can't be that fucking high. It's a gummy bear. You know what I'm saying? And I also, mind you, I don't take spicy food well at all. One jalapeno pepper and my ass is out for the count. So I'm going to be doing that for you guys on Patreon. Also, if you don't know, if you haven't listened to any other previous episodes, when I do challenges like that, I end up sending money to my patrons for me losing the challenge or whatever. But it's really nice. You guys would love it over there. I actually have some videos for editing that I need to post today, actually. So it's going to be nice. If you have a spare $5 or a spare $10 a month, go over there on Patreon where I will do just about anything. And it's really nice and we have a lot of fun over there. You guys can tell I'm so not used to I just suck at being a content creator. Or when I don't know what I'm trying to say. You guys ever see a content creator, you're just scrolling on TikTok and people have this voice and have this face and camera and they have these things that they say and it just rolls off the fucking tongue. I don't know how to do that, y'all. I really don't. I don't know how to promote myself. I don't know the script to be sign up for the Patreon, comment, subscribe. I can't tell you. We are now in 64 episodes of this fucking podcast. I've maybe said it 10 times for you guys to comment and subscribe. I just forget to say it because I don't know how to do that. I sometimes forget that I'm trying to eat off this podcast. I need to be begging you guys. You see that calm ass little Patreon shout I just did? I'm if you want to, I need to be please sign up for the Patreon, please. I'm tired of going to work, please. You know what I'm saying? That's what I should be doing. But I can't do that, bro. I can't do that. Y'all know Shits and Gigs, one of the biggest podcasts out right now. One of the first podcasts I actually started listening to, that nigga James used to literally get on his knees and be like, y'all, I can't clock into my job no more. Y'all, please sign up for the Patreon. That nigga didn't have no shame. Wait till I start doing the videos back. I'm finna get on my knees. I'm telling y'all. Pause. Not like that, but hey. Okay, guys. So this first topic I want to talk to you guys about, I'm going to try not to make it take up the whole entire episode, but just a fair warning, it might, okay? Because I've been thinking about this for a few days now, and it's heavy on my mind. And we all know when I got something heavy on my mind, a bit start to ramble, I start going off topic, I start telling a story inside of a story, almost picture in picture type shit. Okay, so just bear with me. So I'm going to give y'all the experience on why I was thinking like this, because something happened while I was at work and I saw it and I was just like, wow. And it sent me into an absolute spiral of a thought. So I'm at work at one of my jobs. And if you guys don't know, one of my jobs is like at a candy factory or whatever the fuck. So people come in there and get candy all the time, right? I just stand there, make sure they don't put their fucking hand in the candy and tell them like, oh, this is a lemon sorbet type of, it's just, I just tell them what the fuck type of candy they about to get. So I'm standing there and this man and this woman comes in, black man, black woman, just to paint the picture for y'all. And the lady, like, I guess she's been there before because she automatically knows, like, she wants 3 bags of candy, and in the bag, she wants all different types of candies, right? So she immediately starts she gets a bag of candy, and she literally starts to go fill it up as soon as they walk in, right? So he comes up to me, and he's like, hey, how you doing today? And I'm like, I'm good. He was like, is it cool for us to just get any type of candy we want? We can put all the candy in the same bag. I was like, yeah, you can mix and match whatever you want, just as long as you don't touch the candy with your bare hands. He was like, oh, no, I ain't gonna do that. He's like, I ain't white. And I started laughing. I was like, that's crazy because everybody I've ever had to tell that to has been a white person. So we start laughing and giggling off of that, right? On some black on black shit. We going back and forth. We laughing and talking and joking like that, right? But y'all, the whole time we're fully engaged in this conversation, this man never takes his mind off of his woman, okay? He's taking bags from her, giving her new bags and shit. He's tying up the bags for her. He's never looked away from me. And he knows where this bitch is all time she got near him. She's not even looking at him. She handed him bags without even looking at him. He not even looking at her, taking the bags from her. He smacked her on the ass a couple times as she walked past. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. So we start getting a little deeper into the conversation. He asking me where I'm from. I'm like, oh, I'm from Virginia Beach. He was like, what made you come down here? I'm like, da-da-da-da. I used to be a flight attendant, da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, we going deep into this conversation. And in my mind, me being the scorned woman that I am, I'm like, there's no way this bitch not giving me the side eye or like, is it like bothered by this? Like, so I'm looking at her while I'm talking to him. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no smoke. When I tell y'all this lady didn't glance over at me or him this whole entire time, she was chilling. Like, I knew that because of how attentive he was, this man could have got on his knee, asked me to marry him, and this woman would have still been secure. Like, y'all don't understand the happiness that this couple exuded, especially her. Okay, because a nigga can be happy in a relationship and it's only him. Okay, we've seen it time and time, and vice versa. But I could tell both of them was just so content and like fulfilled in this relationship. Now let's talk about that for a second. I could not comprehend how this woman wasn't jealous that her man was giving another woman so much attention, and not just attention, so much eye contact, so much personality in the conversation we were having, right? I mean, he was fully engaged, but somehow made her feel like she was the only bitch in the room. And I loved that. But you guys know I'm an overthinker, so it also made me start thinking. We all know I've got trust, commitment, hell, mommy issues, okay? So I couldn't wrap my mind around why she wasn't bothered by that, because I know I would have been, right? Then, as I'm famous for, like I said, I start overthinking. And then I realized I'm projecting my actuality of being cheated on and played with and taunted and you know what I'm saying? And I'm projecting all of my bad experiences onto this bitch who has never been through any of that. So then that got me thinking more. What if a person who has had nothing but a positive dating history from the age they start dating to the age they currently out, nothing but positive things to say, right? Never been cheated on, never cheated, never been whatever the fuck, never, just all positive dating histories. And then what happens when that person meets up and gets together with another person that only has a positive dating history? I was like, this is exactly the picture it would look like, because you don't have any PTSD or trauma from what a motherfucker did, tried, talked about, would have, could have done to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any of that. So you just get to go in this you get to walk into this new relationship, unharmed, trustworthy, open-minded, fucking commitment ready. You just go in being the best version of yourself. Like that lady was not worried about her man talking to me for a long period of time, because in her mind, she know that nigga just like to talk. I'm not lying to y'all when I said he smacked her ass a couple times when she walked by. Like, this man didn't miss a fucking beat, y'all. They looked happy as fuck. So then I'm thinking about all my relationships, all of them, with women and men. And on my soul, on my entire existence, y'all, not one of them niggas or bitches have ever had a positive dating history. And we all know I didn't. So it's not like I'm judging. We all know I haven't had a positive dating history. Hell, I haven't even had a positive talking situation history. So I'm just like, how light as a feather, you know, could that feel? Like, that must feel amazing when you aren't traumatized and hurt by another person, and you get to walk into a relationship with a person who also hasn't been hurt or traumatized with somebody. Like, how serene is that relationship? You know, obviously saying that you guys meet each other's like values and stuff like that, and all the other stuff lines up too. But you know what I'm saying? Just if you're a guy listening to this and you're straight, imagine being with a woman who just doesn't have anything bad that the other nigga did to her. And if you're a woman who is straight, who likes men, or in this case both of them, imagine being with, you know, anybody, it doesn't matter your sexual orientation. Imagine just being with somebody who is emotionally ready, fucking romantically healed, and just ready to just be the best version of themselves with you. What? First of all, if anybody has ever experienced anybody like that, point them in my direction. They father, they mom, they sister, they brother. Because how amazing is that, right? And then this is where it kind of sent me into a spiral, right? So if you're a longtime listener of this podcast, we've all heard me say that I don't want to be in a relationship or committed to someone anymore, because I'm afraid that the type of love I want and that I need doesn't exist, right? I haven't been in a boyfriend, girlfriend, like a serious, like, this is my man, that's my woman, like, I haven't been in anything like that since probably the middle of 2020, right? So for 4 years, I've been single. And like I just said, it's because the love that I deem necessary for me and who I am as a person, I don't think it exists without me having to compromise things I see as red flags in order to get it from a person, right? Being alone and dying alone isn't a insult or a scary, like, prediction to me. Like, but now I'm kind of like, maybe that's just because I wasn't taking dating seriously, you know? The type of love that I need and that I expect has been the same type of love I've needed and expected since I've started dating. Like I just said, I've dated men with kids, even though I know I'm never going to stay with them. We're never going to turn into something serious. And I don't plan on meeting these kids, I don't plan on meeting none of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? But for a temporary feel good, for temporary pleasure, I'll peel down my veil, my standards, just to get a little bit of fun. You know what I'm saying? Just like, even though I don't really fuck with this shit, I'm gonna do it just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't do that. Like, it's like I have all these rules and like regulations for the people that I date. And then when I actually go out into the dating world, it's like I'm looking for fucking foghorn leghorn or some shit. Like, nobody on this planet can give me what I want without having something that I really, really, really don't fucking want, bitch. And it was like, wow. But on the other hand, does it seem like nobody on this planet can give me the love that I need because I got lazy in the search? Right? Like I just said, did I pull my standards down a little bit for, you know, temporary pleasure? Because the older I got, I thought the search for what I really want started to get redundant, because y'all know I think about that sheep mentality. I'm like, all these niggas are the same, all these bitches are the same. Like, I just can't find nobody specifically for me. And that's not true. I just stopped searching harder. So I got left with the fucking bare minimum. It's like, well, yeah, if you're not going to do the work, you're going to get what the fuck is left over. And that's what I've been feeding myself with, is leftover love. And that's not the type of love that I want. Not the type of love that I need. It's not even really the type of love that is good enough. You know what I'm saying? There's been plenty of situations, not even sexual situations, but there's been plenty of situations romantically that I've had with people knowing that this isn't the type of person that I would ever go for, but just for a little tease of fun, a little tease of pleasure, I hung out with him. And at the end, I was just like, this literally was a waste of my fucking time. You're not satisfied. You're not pleasured. You're not happy. This was for nothing. You did this for nothing, And I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to take my dating life very seriously. I'm going to sift through all the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And I had a conversation with my Uber driver the other day. I'm gonna tell y'all right after I say this. I know I'm saying like I'm gonna take my dating life seriously now, but don't get me wrong, a rich alone life is still my version of the American dream, bitch, especially as a black woman. Since everybody already want us to mother and wife everything and every fucking body, you can leave this black bitch alone forever. I promise I'll be good. Okay, that'll always and forever be the goal. But while I'm still young, I might as well try to find the woman or man that's specific to what I want. It's hard. It's hard, girl. Trust me, if you trying to do the same thing, trust me, it's hard, girl. Because if you just like me and you don't like kids, motherfucker, everybody and they mama out here got kids, bro. Oh, and not just one, a bunch of them. It's like, God damn. I promise y'all, I'm not even lying. One night I was out. I saw this man. He was fine as hell. I was like, this gonna be the one. That's gonna be the one. He just looked like he had a good job. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was raised right. How he liked his mom. He talked to women he didn't find attractive because he was just raised to be nice to people. You know what I'm saying? He just looked like everything I wanted, right? I walked up to that man because that's what I do. If I like it, I'm gonna go talk to it. I'm gonna go scope the scenery out. I went up, talked to that man. Not even 3 minutes into me talking to that nigga, he told me he had a son. I was like, God, am I a rock? Am I a rock, Jesus? Just tell me if I am, because why do you block my blessing? So it's just like, and I'm sure there's plenty of women, plenty of men who feel the same way. It's like you almost find like the perfect man or woman, and it's just like they got that one thing that it's just like, I can't though. I can't. Not even that I can't. I won't do that. I'm not doing that, y'all. But I say all this to say, if I ever do end up in a relationship, that'll be crazy. If I ever do end up in a relationship, though, I want to be able to trust myself to have picked this person to meet all of my standards and treat me the way I want to be treated, y'all, because the way I get treated is crazy. And especially the way I'm so blunt and self-aware, you would be surprised at what I accept people to treat me like, if that makes sense. So I want to make sure that the next person I'm in a relationship with is so carefully handpicked. And I want to be the same for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all these motherfuckers meeting my standards and this and that and that. And I'm the motherfucker that comes from, traumatic past relationships. I want to make sure that I can also, meet their standards. Obviously, I'm never going to be one of those people that come from a fairyland of fucking past, relationships. But I can make sure that the stain these niggas and bitches left on me in my past relationships can be washed off before I walk into a new one. And that's the point of everything I just said. Yeah, I feel like you have to, picking a partner has to be so fucking strategic and smart and thoughtful and planned out. It's not just if you think he's sexy and he got money, or if she got a fat ass and she don't ask you for shit. Like mentally and physically and like emotionally, these niggas have to like appease you. And I'm just now realizing that I've never chosen anybody that has appeased me that way. Why am I accepting that for myself? One of my other exes, when I was deep into like wanting to kill myself and deep into like depression and stuff like that, he like, but you one of the strongest people I know, like stand up. And I'm like, nigga, what? I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? But that's what I allow people to do to me. That's what I allow people to get away with, because I'm just like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But I'm not doing that no more, y'all. I'm not doing that no more. Whoever loved me next gotta love the fuck out of me. Like, they gonna have to sniff my feet on the wake up. Like, I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not taking this nonchalant ass love no more. And this is another thing. I told y'all this is gonna take up the whole fucking episode. This is about to be a long ass episode. I wonder if I don't know if that's what I'm attracted to, people who just don't give a fuck about anybody's feelings, or if that's what I turn them into, because it's obvious that I don't give a fuck about my own feelings. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to y'all about some real shit now. honestly, because we all know that I'm insecure and that I don't, really think highly of myself. I'm working on it, though. If you're new to the show, I'm working on it, bitch. Okay, go back to episode 1. We came a long way, okay? I'm working on it. But I genuinely do want to know if that's something that I see in other people and I go after it, or if I turn people into that because of how bad I talk about myself. And in their mind, they're like, well, if she don't give a fuck about her, neither do I. You know what I'm saying? I really want to know which one it is, because I want to be able to change that. I don't want people to look at me and be like, well, yeah, this bitch can't be sad. She the toughest bitch I know. Or, well, like, if she's sad, she'll get over it. We don't need to confide in her, or we don't need to, comfort her. She good. She straight. And it's just like, yes, you do, though. Like, yes, you do. Especially if you're like my romantic partner. I really couldn't give a fuck if my friends did that, because sometimes I just want to be alone. And I'm also not the most, expressive person outside of this podcast. You know what I'm saying? You ask me what's wrong, I'm saying nothing and I'm going to bed. Tomorrow, if I'm not over it, then we can hash it out. Usually, if I smoke a blunt and take a nap, the problem is going to go away on itself, okay? So I'm not really that expressive. But to a romantic partner, I would like for somebody to pick me up, rub my booty, rub my head, tell me it's going to be okay. I want to be babied. I want to be... You know what I'm saying? And I've never had that before. My first boyfriend used to punch me on my shoulder and be like, niggas get shot every day, B, you be all right? Like, what? What? I'm a girl. And I know I like women too, and I give off such a boyish vibe sometimes, but I have a vagina and titties, okay? I am a princess. I don't know if I can wrap this up as an existential crisis thought, because that's definitely what it sounds like. But I really hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say, because... And I know at least one of y'all will, but it's tough out here, y'all. It really is. And it's not like I'm yearning for it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want y'all to think it's like I'm out here sad because I don't have it. It's just an observation that I've never had it. And it's just like, maybe I would want it, before I die at least. You know what I'm saying? Not that I would want it forever, but I want to know and I want to feel what it's like for somebody to be in love with me so much that they just, they just love me. Like, I feel like nobody's ever been in love with me. I know people love me because I'm a lovable person, but in love, I've never felt like anybody was in love with me. And I've also never felt like I've been in love with anybody else. That's how I know nobody's ever been in love with me. So it's just, well, besides people that I don't know, I can't control how other people feel, especially when I don't know about it. But like in a relationship that I've been a part of, I've never felt mutual, love. And it's just like, first of all, bitch, you're a 26-year-old. Why are you so comfortable with saying that? I don't know, y'all. It's just a lot to think about. And I feel like when I was a teenager, that dating pool or that dating experience, I thought that was like the worst thing in the world, right? Because you have to worry about, boys being out of your league, and, you're going through this awkward phase. One titty's bigger than the other. Your teeth are still, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're still like a child, even though you're in high school. And then it's like all this like teenage hormones and drama and shit that's going on. And you would really think that was the worst time in your life to be a dating individual. Bitch, past 22, and it gets really weird out here, because now you have to choose exactly what you expect. And if you choose somebody and it's not what you want, the only person you can blame is you. Ain't that fucking wild? It's just like, I've dated so many people that didn't give me what I want, and I'm just like, so why the fuck were they my boyfriend? Why were they my girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? It's just like they did one thing right or well enough that I could just ignore all the other shit that they didn't give me. And y'all, I'm not doing that no more. If that means I have to like sift through people like a fucking flour sifter or like a fucking file cabinet, I will. And if I have to be alone for years upon years upon years until I find it, then I will. Like I said before, being alone is not an insult or a scary prediction to me. That's the life I already planned for myself. So if it goes how I planned, then it just goes how I planned. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, y'all. I just want somebody to love me the way I want to be loved. And that is almost alien in today's like romantic world. something I do want to say, just to close out the episode. I don't even know what I'm going to title this episode. What do we talk about? Love? Oh my God. Anyway, so something I do want to talk about, to end the episode on, is something that I've been working on really hard about myself. Again, I'm sorry if you're new listening to this podcast, you won't get a lot of things I'm saying, unless you go to the beginning and listen to a lot of my earlier episodes. But to the people who have listened since the earlier episodes, you guys remember when I said, there's always like a time in my life when I'm either friends with people or like, whatever relationship I have with people, whether it's platonic or romantic, there's always a certain amount of time I have with them to the point where they start treating me different, like they just don't like me anymore, or they're like tired of me and stuff like that. And it happens with everybody. And I told you guys that when that happened, I used to beat the shit out of myself. I used to like be like, why? What did you do to make them not want you anymore? Like, why? Like, you got to be such a fucking weirdo. Like, I start literally picking apart everything about myself, my voice, my hair, my eyes, my tone of voice, the fucking way I walk, the way I look, everything. I'm like, it's something about you that's wrong that you need to fix to make other people want to stay in your life longer. Because it's always the same amount of time, right? And that recently just happened with somebody in my life. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm the victim. Hold on now, because when I do something wrong, I take accountability for it. Whenever somebody walks out of my life on my account, I always say, good riddance, I was an asshole. Hope you don't meet anybody like me ever again. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm in the wrong, I know when I'm in the wrong. I don't want anybody new to be like, this bitch sounds like she's trying to be the victim. I'm not. I'm fully aware of when I push somebody out of my life, right? But that recently just happened, recently. And y'all, I did not give a fuck. I didn't give a shit. And I felt so proud of myself. I did, because usually when that happens, I would cry myself to sleep. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? Like, I thought I was just being me. Like, what? Like, I didn't say anything insulting. I didn't do anything. I didn't da-da-da-da-da-da. Y'all, I didn't give a damn. I was just like, I don't know what 26 is doing to me, y'all, but 26 ain't like 25, 23, 21, 24. It ain't nothing like them other ages. 26 is coming in strong with an eye roll. I don't give a fuck. Oh my gosh. And also, another thing I'm starting to pick up, I hate to sound like one of them bitches. I hang out with a lot of dudes because females don't do this. Oh, I hate them bitches. Anyway, but since I have such a boyish aura, if you've ever met me in person, I promise you I was a little boy in my past life. Like, I'm such a little nigga, right? And me liking girls really ain't helping that, right? So I end up befriending a lot of guys, especially because I'm in the gym all the time. It's just a bunch of niggas everywhere, right? So I end up befriending them. And we end up becoming cool, end up smoking together, whatever the hell. And in my mind, I'm a homeboy, you know what I'm saying? Because, we done talked about bitches together. We done looked at some ass together. We done smoked together. I'm a homeboy in my mind. Bro, the minute these niggas find out I'm not trying to fuck on something, they drop me like hot ice in hell. Oh my gosh. And I'm just like, wait. First of all, I didn't even know you was looking at a bitch like that, right? I thought you thought I had what you had. I thought we was both slinging in the ding-a-ling area. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that you was looking at my ass when I got up to get out your car. I didn't know that. So excuse me for thinking I was one of the boys. And I know what some of y'all think, honey, guys, already you can't be naive like that. I know that, but damn. I know that, but like, y'all not seeing the boyish vibe that be going on. Like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I know when niggas have a crush on me or when they trying not to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you, as a woman, you just automatically know that, right? You try to like suppress it. Like, you try to just act like you don't see it. Like, no, that's not happening. No. But the way it was never even like, it was never none of that. And it just surprised out of nowhere. And I'm like, wow. And that used to hurt my feelings. I'd be like, damn, I can't be friends with a dude without him wanting to fucking get all up in there. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just like, all right, all right, go ahead, go. I just don't care. So I'm really liking that about myself. If I keep going on this path of like, realizing who I am, realizing my wrongs, and realizing what I need to do, I feel like by the time I hit 30, y'all, I'm gonna be a fantastic person. All right? I feel like we not gonna be as insecure once we hit 30 if I keep going down this path. And I really owe it all to y'all, all the people who have DM'd me, telling me your stories, telling me how much you relate to me. Because I promise you, I think on like episode 17 or 18, I was just gonna stop doing the podcast, and somebody DM'd me saying, I know you feel like you're oversharing, but you're sharing things that a lot of people would never say out loud, and you're healing people. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? Y'all know I've been saying it since day one, never expecting anybody, not a single person, to listen to this podcast. And we're skating on 800 people listening to this podcast a month, y'all. That's amazing. So you guys are really, really giving me my confidence back. Well, not even back. I never had it. So I think I had it from like age newborn to like 6 years old, was getting kicked in the face with fucking self-esteem issues. So I really appreciate you guys for that. And I'm going to wrap the fucking episode up there, guys. Thank you for listening. Again, the Patreon is available whenever you want to sign up for it. Whenever you just feel like you want a little bit more me. You want to see me behind the scenes. You want to see what my character is really like. You want to see me in person, because all of my Patreon videos are in video format. The only audio I have is on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. When you go over the Patreon, you get full face me. And sometimes I'm not looking the best. Sometimes I'm looking real good. So, I'm just going to leave that up there. But we'll see you guys in the next episode. All right. Bye.